Welcome to the Bandano Podcast, where we're calling a spade a spade. Great to be here with you guys today, and a happy new year to all of you. And what a better way to ring in the new year with new delusion. That's right. Some more details are coming out about the latest proposal from the players to the owners, in which the owners say if we were to agree to this, we would lose Dr. Evil $700 million. Oh, you hate to see it. But hey, $700 million, it's not the players' money, so why should they care? It's not the players' money, so why should they care? And they don't care. Let's get right into it. As negotiations over a new CBA near the January 9th deadline, the WNBA and Players Association remain far apart on several key issues. What a revenue sharing system should look like and what should be considered revenue and how to account for expenses. The WNBA projects a recent proposal from the Players Association, which would give players about 30% of gross revenue and is believed to feature around a $10.5 million salary cap. This would result in a $700 million loss over the course of the deal. The union believes that projection is absolutely false. The same union that claims they don't have access to the books now believe that that projection is false, when if we take their word for it, they would have no idea whether that projection is true or false. Interesting. Also included, the first reported salary figures from the player side. Per a document obtained by ESPN, the Players Association November 28th proposal featured a salary cap of approximately $12.5 million in 2026. That proposal also included a $1 million average salary, max salary of $2.5 million. $1 million average salary. That would put the league out of business. Million divided by 2, carry the 3, multiply by 4, subtract the 6. Then you have the 10 times. Oh yeah, it'd put the league out of business. Come on, $1 million for a middle of the road player, an average player in the WNBA, like a Dana Evans making $1 million. You got to be shitting me. Kristen Nye making $1 million. You got to be absolutely kidding me. $1 million salaries, average. Yeah, no wonder why the league said no to that. That's abhorrent. Temi Fagbentley would be making $1 million a year, and I love you, Temi, and I love you, but that's crazy, man. That's absolute crazy talk. $2.5 million of a max salary. That's still crazy talk. But again, how many are actually worth a max salary in this league? 4 players, maybe 5. I can talk myself into 7. No more than that. Let's get into the article. Please like the video, comment, and subscribe. That would mean so much to me. Sources: WNBA projecting big losses in latest proposal. The union disagrees. Multiple sources familiar with the negotiations told ESPN on Wednesday that the WNBA is projecting that a recent proposal from the Players Association, which would give Elizabeth Williams making $1 million. Come on, folks. Like, you hear how crazy that sounds? It sounds crazy. Multiple sources familiar with the negotiations told ESPN on Wednesday that the WNBA is projecting that a recent proposal from the Players Association, which would give players about 30% of gross revenue and is believed to feature approximately a $10.5 million salary cap, would result in $700 million in losses over the course of the agreement. Such losses would jeopardize the league's financial health, the source says, and they would be more than the combined losses of the league and its teams in the WNBA's first 29 years of existence. You're telling me they could lose more over the course of this deal than over the past 29 years combined? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'd say no to that. If the math's mathing, because again, we don't have access to the books. Remember last year, after the 2024 season, Black and White Sports, Rhodes, he pointed this out late last week. They released that information. They released how much the WNBA garnered. This season, we have no idea. Did they make money? Did they lose money? How much did they lose? Was it a steep decline? Was it a sharp decline? We have no idea about that. They're hiding something. whether it's the owners or the players. They're hiding something. The projection, sources said, was determined based on previously audited league financial information. But the union believes its revenue sharing model still puts the league in a profitable position. A separate source close to the negotiation said, and calls the league's projected loss figure absolutely false, citing a discrepancy in whether expansion fees are factored in. At this point, expansion fees are a Ponzi scheme. You get the new investors to pay the old investors. You get the new suckers to pay the old suckers. That's what it is. The league soon will grow to 18 teams. Portland and Toronto will debut in 26, and Cleveland, Detroit, and Philadelphia recently played $250 million each to join the league between 2028 and 2030. The league considers expansion fees a transaction that generates zero net revenue. New teams are out of the expansion fee, but earn a fractional share of future league revenue, while pre-existing teams get a portion of the fee, but lose a fractional share of future league revenue. The old trade-off. The union's proposal, meanwhile, accounts for expansion fees in its projections, seeing them as real money that still contributes to the owner's bottom line. They think they're entitled to the expansion fee money. They're not. Either way, the two sides remain divided on the nature of the next deal's revenue share model, sources told ESPN. The league has proposed a system where players would receive in excess of 50% of net revenue, essentially defined as revenue after subtracting expenses, a source told ESPN. The last reported WNBA proposal from December 18th featured an uncapped revenue sharing component, a raise of maximum salaries of $1.3 million, and growing to nearly $2 million over the life of the deal. Average salaries to above $530,000 and growing to more than $780,000 over the life of the deal. And minimum salaries to more than $250,000 in the first year alone. The salary cap would be $5 million in the first year and grow in line with revenue growth in the years afterwards. By comparison, in 2025, the Supermax was $250,000, the average salary was $120,000, and the minimum was $66,000. These ladies are getting 4x. That's not good enough. The league has previously said that in addition to substantially increasing salaries and other cost commitments, it wants to incentivize owners to continue to invest in operating the business. The WNBA's tremendous growth in recent years provides an opportunity for the business to go from operating at losses to building sustained profitability. Now, this is what I think the owners know that the players don't know, is that the growth is damn near peaked already. We already saw ratings go down year over year. Numbers-wise, they went up. But when you factor in how they're now counting ratings, they went down. If I go from counting 50% and I have 1 million, and then I go to counting 100% and I have 1 million, and some change, well, the number's going to go up. But if I would have counted 100% in last year's number that gave me 1 million, what would have happened if I actually included the other 50%? Should revenues exceed projections, including if the league and its media partners reevaluate their recently agreed upon rights deal, the WNBA's revenue sharing component allows players to still participate in that upside. As far as the media deal goes, I do see it getting renegotiated. Not for the benefit of the WNBA. If I had a ticket, I see it being renegotiated, but not for the benefit of the WNBA. These guys got to be seeing these numbers and be like, man, this isn't what we signed up for. And they got to look at Caitlin Clark and be like, man, now we see how reliant this league actually is on Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever. And Caitlin Clark staying healthy. Players Association President Nneka Ogwumike told ESPN on December 19th, though, that the league's revenue share model is not adequate. The union is proposing a system based on gross revenue, defined as revenues before subtracting expenses, giving players about 30%. The WNBA Players Association believe that the players who provide labor and have no control over business expenses shouldn't be paid last. You guys don't generate anything. They don't really generate money. More recently, as talks have continued, the union has proposed a lower salary cap closer to $10.5 million. Multiple sources familiar with the negotiations told ESPN. Both sides have previously agreed to 2 extensions on the current CBA and to continue negotiating a new deal. But Ogwumike told ESPN that even after opting out of the current CBA over a year ago, it almost feels like negotiations are a bit in their infancy. And as we all know, they authorized a strike, which doesn't mean that they will strike, but maybe January 8th, the day before the deadline, they're going to strike. Oh, no. They're not moving off their 30%. And as long as they don't move off their 30%, deal's never going to get done. I don't care what I don't even care what the numbers look like. As long as that revenue sharing stays at 30%, that the players seem like they want it to stay at, it's not going anywhere. It's staying right where it is. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I appreciate all the support. 8 more days until we find out what's going on. See you next time, and as always, take it easy.